What is taking place now, this virus and the virus of fear, you can use that to your advantage, actually. It is a time of self-reflection. Who am I anyway? To realize that you are not the world outside, but you are something that is within this arena, this field of light and consciousness. And so when we adhere to making every experience pay, what is this telling us? What is it doing for us? We are reaping the consequences of the past, but they need not be feared or resisted. All of life must embrace this isness. For the next step for humanity is present. As the new human and the new consciousness is very powerful, if, providing that, one can know and embrace it. And what better time to do that than now, when all the world seems to be in chaos, people living in fear, having to look at their lives in different ways. Many are suffering. So, when we practice the awareness of compassion, having compassion for all the fellow creatures on the earth, but also seeing that this is a great opportunity for us to evolve to a higher place of awareness and connection. Can you know this? Can you allow it? We are in a position now to allow. There doesn't seem to be any other choice at this point. To allow this isness, not to be fearful of it or resisting to it, but to embrace it. To embrace the problems, the fear, the worries, to embrace this with all of your being will allow you to move through it gracefully, having great compassion for yourself and for others, realizing the world is one. No one escapes this problem, this experience. And so embrace it. Make the most of it. Take this time to reflect upon your life and to create a path for yourself, a path of light and awareness and compassion that is beyond where you were before. To move beyond the past, beyond the self, beyond the separation, the doubts, the fears, releases a great power for upliftment and consciousness, a consciousness of a higher kind. The birth of the new human takes place amidst the adversary, the fears, the problems, actually pushing the new human into this arena of life as consciousness. The new consciousness and the new human can function and flow with what is, not limited by fear or anger or doubt, but to know that from within there is a reservoir of strength and courage and awareness. This, in a time of crises, in a time of need, comes forth for those that are willing to embrace it. It's a very magical time for humanity, if only it can take advantage of what is. It's a time to wake up, to be aware, to see how all of life is connected, and how we create a new world. A new world based in cooperation, unity, and oneness. Through the method of allowing this isness, one takes a step up in this life, realizing that from within there is a great reservoir of strength and power that is constantly uplifting your being. And we use the things around us. They're just energy. I know it can be very difficult energy, but taking the label off of it. So many people are looking at everything, oh, this is awful, this is bad, this is disaster. Turn that around and say, look at this opportunity we have to actually rise above our old selves, our old programs, beliefs, and concepts, to literally, since it's Easter, come out of the grave, wake up, be who you are, fearlessly, walking the path of consciousness as a new human. Using this to propel yourself inward and upward in awareness. The deeper you go, the higher you go. Such interesting phenomena. But it is the deepening, the anchoring within your true self that allows the real aspects of the new human and the new consciousness to ascend. To see the world through a different eyes of awareness, insight. To know that you are far more than what you've imagined. That you have within yourself a power that has remained untapped most of your life. At moments you get an idea of it, but you treat it as a burp or a belch or something that, what was that? This, my friends, is real. This opportunity is now. To take hold of yourself in this awareness, to lift yourself in this awareness, to hold yourself in this awareness. This is empowerment. This is transcendence. This is accelerated evolution, if we look at it that way. Everything is serving us to be more. Everything. Bringing us to this place of insight, to see more possibilities that have been unrealized throughout life. It is time to own your power through awareness and connection in your true self. For that is the healer, the transformer, and the transcender. To become all within yourself. To see all from within yourself. To know all within yourself. You become a reservoir of knowledge, of knowing. And in that, you see no problems, only solutions and possibilities. No problem. I know that's kind of strange to say in the face of the problems of the world at this point. But a problem is what we call it. You call this a problem, it behaves that way. You call this an opportunity, something else takes place. Make use of these opportunities to deepen within yourself, to see the whole of the world in a different way. Because we really are in a state of absolute connection. No one can escape. We are in an absolute state of connection. And that is by design throughout the cosmos. And so here we are, taking this step into a higher awareness and greater connectivity, greater knowing, feeling, sensing. So it is, as it is, moment by moment. Waste not your energy on fear or resistance. Use that energy for upliftment, to make yourself the center of this happening, to be all you can be, moment by moment. What else have you got to do? Kind of in a state of forced isolation at this point. But you're not isolated from yourself. With yourself, you are in good company. Just realize that. You are in good company with yourself. It's all wise, all knowing, all feeling, all compassion. Using all the other energies for transcendence. Becoming a greater possibility that has been lying dormant for a long time. Will it wake up now? It can. By your will, by your attention, by your purpose. Create this purpose of awakening within yourself. Create it moment by moment. For now is the time to be all you can be, moment by moment. To know that truth is absolute within yourself. Your knowing, your feeling, your senses, your awareness is all part of that absoluteness that we abide in. Allow it, embrace it, discover it. What you going to lose? There's nothing to lose. Only to gain. Gain this awareness. Take advantage of what is and be it.
And Marianne Itkin says, Ishvara, I have no personal loss or difficulty during this time of isolation, and I am grateful for that. But it is hard not to, in some way, feel guilty for this.
I think that we just go ahead and embrace what we've got and be compassionate and aware of the suffering that is going on around us. But because of who you are and this connection, you do not join in that suffering and that fear. So you remain aloof to it, which could cause you to question, well, why me? Why am I not suffering like everybody else is? We don't need to, because we don't believe in the fear and the doubt and the separation. And we're making everything pay, using all this energy to create a new way of being in this life. And you don't need to feel ashamed of that. You have knowing. You have superior knowing from this connection. And so it does move you beyond the norm. And very few people are receptive to that. So there's nothing we can do about it. We can hold the space. It's about the best thing we can do. And see the outside world in compassion and love. And knowing that if we did not know what we know, we would be in that same place. So it is our knowing, our connection, our awareness that has lifted us to a place of knowing and seeing what's around us. So you don't need to be ashamed of that ability.
And perhaps if we did not know what we know, then this ultimatum from Mother Earth would be worse than an ultimatum.
Oh, yes. Yeah, this is our knowing is like our armor. And if we can take this experience and see that the whole earth is suffering, and within ourselves decide that we can see the way through that, through this knowing and this awareness and this connection, that things can be different. The question is, will humanity have the will to make the necessary changes? This is a time of reckoning. And so, what will take place? Thank you for being with us today. And I trust that wellness is a path before you. My love and my compassion abides with you. And this presence abides with you. So do not be fearful, but muster up the allowing to awareness and joy. But this is life happening before us. Thank you for your love and your support.